Hello ladies, this is Molly, and gentlemen, how are y'all doing? Well, I have been playing over the last couple of days. Haven't got a whole lot of things finished, but I've been having some fun. I hope that y'all are having some fun crafting too. What I wanted to share with y'all right now is a project I have had on my mind for a couple of years, and had started it more than 5-6 months ago, and I like the idea of it, and I just kind of put it aside because I've been making minis and doing other things. But with my son getting married sometime soon, I wanted to kind of make me reminisce about how much time has gone by. So I put together this album, and what it is this is a corduroy album. It's a 3-ring binder from American Crafts that I had bought to kind of stage some pages, and I like that it's like 6 by 12 inch pages, and it's an album that is it's showing my husband and my son. You know, I tried to find pictures where they were at the same stages in life. Now, it's a very soft pastel album, so let me see if I can show you. And I do have it in the page protectors. And if y'all don't hear from me for a while, it's probably because my husband and son found out I did an album with their pictures in it, and they killed me. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, this is my husband and my son. And what I did was I split the pages up. You can hardly see that piece of vellum. But let me see if I can do this. Here's my little boy when he was little. Some flowers and ribbons dividing the pages, and it just says, you know, I made a wish, and then there was you. And then the other pages, what happens is I just took sheets of Webster's pages, cut them in half, added some embellishments and pictures, and it made a pretty album of the two of them. And if you can see there, I just die cut a bunch of, you know, there's flowers and butterflies that I die cut and embellished out of shimmer paper. What can I do to get rid of that light? Hold on just a second. Hold on. Let's see if that's going to help at all. Okay, and then some pearls and some flowers and different things I've added. And so each one of the pages just shows, like this one, here's my little boy, and then here's my husband, both of them at around their 1-year mark. And then this was, you know, Johnny's when he was born. So each page, as you can see, is just split in half and then embellished up. With their pictures and things. So I'm not sure if y'all are getting a good idea of what it is, but I just thought it was a cute idea for any of you. Oh, now this one I haven't found a picture of my husband yet, but there's a picture of my son when we went off to an amusement. I think it was Six Flags, or, you know, somewhere where they had pictures they took of him. So this is something I've been working on and finally finished. Oh, I'm so sorry for the glare, ladies. But each page is just, there's my husband, there's my son. There's my husband. How you like that fancy car? Woohoo! And there's my little boy. So not quite finished yet, but that's something I've been working on. And then these pages, let me see if I can show you the embellishments I ended up doing. And I liked the gray and black together. And as you can see, I used some real old embellishments on there as well. Try to dig in my stash and use them up, but I liked how the pages came out. And then this page, I haven't done a black and white of my son yet. But let me see if I can zoom in on some of those embellishments. You can see I made a ribbon rose, you know, just kind of putting the tape on the thing and then winding the ribbon around, and a clock and all. So I think it came out real cute. Okay, so that was a quickie. Something been keeping me busy. The next thing I wanted to share with y'all, I have owned a Cricut, and then of course a Cricut Expression and all those different things. And the way I figure it, with the amount of machines I bought and cartridges, each time I cut something, it probably cost me about $40, $45 in embellishment, because I don't use my Cricut much. But I did just invest. Joann's had Cricut cartridges on sale for $29.99, I guess, or $29, and I bought 2 of them. This one is sophisticated, excuse me, and this one is Damask Decor. And I just wanted to show you, I have not been a real big Cricut fan, but I love these 2 cartridges. If you want to go on their website and see the handbooks for them, they are absolutely beautiful. Just to give you an idea, some of with my wedding album I want to make, wedding albums I should say, you can see how they've got the different words and things. I'll be cutting out and making the embellishment. This paper is from the linen closet stack from Die Cuts with a View. It's a glitter paper on top and a shimmer paper on the bottom. And then here's one of the damasks that I cut out. And they're just, if you could see the pretty colors, I think they're really going to be pretty. And those are 2 cartridges that I finally feel like I'm going to get my money's worth out of. You know, it kind of made me reinvest my Cricut. I do own a Gypsy, and for those of you, I had a problem that I've lost the cord to my Gypsy that connected it to the Cricut machine. And when I went online to try and find one, I found out there was bunches and bunches and bunches of women's on different forums and chat sites and all that have been looking for a cord. And Cricut hasn't had them in stock for quite a while. I don't know if they sell them anymore. And the original one that came with my Cricut was only, I don't know, just a couple of feet long. It wasn't very long at all. So I found it hard to work with. Anyway, well, I found a vendor online, and it's Door Openers and More. I'll leave that there for just a minute. If you or anyone you know needs a Cricut cord that connects your Gypsy to your Cricut machine, it connects your Gypsy to your Cricut machine, this is a place I bought it from. They had them online on eBay. I think it was $11.95 or so I paid for it. And it works like a charm, and it's 7 feet long, so it gives me the freedom I had been looking for. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then last but certainly not least on my little rambling video here, sorry, I had joined a swap for vintage Christmas tags, and it's hosted by Lori at on the scrapbeach.me, and I think she's Clipping Girl, and she's incredibly talented, so I was a little hesitant to join the group because the pressure's on, so to speak. But it's Vintage Christmas, so this is the tag that I made. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little, and or hold it farther away, huh? And what I did was it's shades of pinks and mauves and burgundies. The tag's a little large, so I hope it's not too much of a problem. But I bought some digital artwork, and if you can see, the first thing I did here, this is some OK & Company paper that I put in the corner, and then it's got, I don't know if y'all can even see that. Let me see another. It's got music script paper laying over the body of it. And then what I did was this part is a digital clip art I bought from a shop on Etsy. And I cut it so that you got this part of it, left the music paper showing here, put a beautiful piece of little Prima lace right there. And in the corner, of course, I've got some copper glittered leaves and some, these are flowers I had got from Jules at one, actually, I think, from the jewel box. And then these were from some Christmas pigs that I just cut apart. I did add some rub and buff to the edge of the flowers. These are Prima flowers that had a little gold on them, so I just kind of copied that idea. This was a separate piece. In other words, I bought some ATC cards, blew one up, and then, so that's one layer. And then if you can see where I popped up the mom and dad admiring their tree, of course put a bunch of stickles and stuff on there, and then cut a layer where the little girl's sitting in front, so she's popped up twice more, and then her little puppy dog was popped up. So it's like they're closer, hopefully, is what the impression I was going for. And then it caught this, you know, just cut this off another card, made a little banner out of it, put the ribbons on it. So it gives a nice vintage Christmas feel, and then some different ribbons and things. So, Lori, if you're watching this, I hope this was, it was my first tag swap, so I wasn't really sure what I was doing. On the back of the card, I just put some old, I'm going to tell you it's graphic 45 paper, I think it is. This was an old piece of paper I just had one sheet of, so I made little envelopes out of. And then I took some of the leftover music sheet paper and put it along the back. There's the ribbon just coming through. And then what these are, you see the music paper I put down here. Again, I used rub and buff on the edge of the envelope. Used a corner punch there, just cut a little slit there so the envelope just fits back down in the slit. And then in each one of these, what I did was I cut up some of the different little vintage images that I had, and on this woman's licensing agreement it said that I could, as long as I didn't sell a whole sheet or give a whole sheet away or anything like that. So everybody's got an assortment of, they're just printed on white paper. You can do what you want on the back, but everyone's got a different assortment of vintage images that they may want to use. You can see how the back of that paper was a pretty green color. So everybody's got on the back of their tag. Now once they take those out and use them, then of course this is lifted up or something will slip behind it. Let me see what I have. If you can just trust me on that. You can see a picture or something will slip behind there. And then if you want to put a little note in it or something, so you could use it as a Christmas gift tag on a box, you could use it in a mini album, put a picture, whatever you want. But it was my first time at doing tags, and boy, I can't see. I'm looking through the camera trying to do something. So, Laurie, I hope that was in keeping with what you meant by vintage Christmas. And I hope the ladies like them. So, enough rambling. Those are the different kind of projects I'm working on right now. And then I'm just having trouble focusing on anything. But I tell you, when I had come up with this idea for this tag, Sue, who has a YouTube channel, it's Sue 7777000, is challenging us to come up with a little mini album that's using a window on the front, like as if you were looking at a toy store window or Santa's workshop window for the front of your mini. So I was excited about it, and I laughed and I teased her. I said what was funny is when I had done this, I actually was thinking of doing it like you were looking in a window, but because it was a tag size, I was kind of struggling with, well, how many layers can I put, or you know, would you get the depth perception or whatever. So I'm anxious to do that little mini with Sue. If any of y'all are interested in joining us, the idea is that you're looking through a Christmas window into a toy shop or into Santa's workshop. So I think it's going to be fun and kind of an architectural challenge for me and all, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, enough rambling. Thank y'all so much if you're still hanging in here with me. Y'all have a good evening and have fun scrapping. Thanks.